the sixth leading cause of death was last year in the United States? It was Alzheimer's disease. Now this is a disease which has taken the lives of so many and forever changed the lives of many more. It's also a topic that is very dear to me because my grandmother has Alzheimer's disease, and many of you might know of somebody that has this disease or will know of somebody with this disease. For my informative speech, I'm going to be telling you about Alzheimer's, its symptoms, the stages, and the care needed for somebody affected by it. Now, according to Mayo Clinic's online website, 2017, Alzheimer's disease is a progressive disease that destroys the memory and other mental functions. Somebody who has this disease will experience a downward trend in their mental function and ability to remember even the simplest of things. During the disease's run, the death and degeneration of cells in the brain contribute to this decline. In the CDC's online website in 2015, it is stated that when it comes to dementia, the most common form is Alzheimer's disease. Even though it is known that parts of the brain that are involved with language, thought, and memory go down with Alzheimer's, it's not known what the true cause of Alzheimer's actually is. This progressive disease starts with the slightest of memory loss, and it eventually causes people to forget everything, how to eat, how to go to the bathroom. When it comes to the symptoms of Alzheimer's disease, it may be difficult to determine if a decrease in memory is simply just normal aging or the beginning signs of Alzheimer's disease. Now, some symptoms that some people might show is they may begin to repeat questions, get lost, have troubles handling bills, paying money. They may misplace things, show mood in their personality. They might also just get confused where they're at, who they're with. And just because somebody shows some of these symptoms doesn't mean that they 100% have the disease. It just means that they might have it, and you should get them into a doctor and see what they have to say about it. According to WebMD's 2017 website, Alzheimer's disease goes through three main stages. Starts with mild, moves on to moderate, and it ends up with severe, the last stage. Now, somebody in the first stage, mild, will experience any of the symptoms that I previously stated above, and that can last anywhere from 2 to 4 years. Now, during the second stage, which lasts anywhere from 2 to 10 years, it's different depending on every person. During this stage, someone affected with this disease starts to experience more and more severe memory problems. They might start to forget details about their very own life, who they're with, where they're at, what they're doing, and what they had for lunch. Now, during the third and final stage, which lasts anywhere from 1 to 3 years, someone with this, they experience the most severe of the symptoms. They no longer have any clue where they're at. They don't know anyone's name, and they start to lose the ability to control themselves. They lose their bladder control and their ability to swallow before the disease finally takes hold of them. Now, not everybody moves through these stages at the same rate and experiences the same symptoms. It's different for everybody. Now that we know about the symptoms and about Alzheimer's, we'll talk about the care needed for somebody that has this disease. Now, according to Alzheimer's.net, in their 2014 article, different factors will influence your decision on what you should do, what type of care you should get for the affected person. Now, during the first stages, most people tend to choose at-home care. And while at home, the affected person is in their familiar surroundings. They're comfortable. But you should do a couple things to ensure their safety. You should kind of baby-proof the home or Alzheimer-proof the home by shutting off the stove, locking away the medicine. Other important safety features could be added, such as preventing them from going down the stairs and locking exercise rooms if there's one in the house. Now, after they're at home for so long, the disease will eventually take too much of control over them and they'll have to go to an assisted living center or a nursing home. Now, while at these centers, they'll experience 24-hour care and there'll be always someone watching them to make sure they're okay. Eventually, if they're at an assisted living center, once the disease gets so bad, they'll need to move to a nursing home where there's intense care and a lot better care than at an assisted living. And while at the nursing home, they'll receive great care, they'll get all their meals, and they'll just be taken care of really well. But eventually, there'll come a time where the disease has become too strong, and it'll eventually take over and take that person's life. In conclusion, Alzheimer's disease is a progressive disease that goes in 3 main phases. Through these phases, the affected person will need different levels of care, depending on what phase they're in. And there are many different symptoms that are different for each person. I hope that by listening to my speech, you have learned a little bit about Alzheimer's disease and what symptoms someone affected by it might show. Now, if you know of anybody showing these symptoms, please get them into a doctor and get them checked out so they can see if they have Alzheimer's disease. Thank you.